Hey everyone, I'm David from the I-Fal English Learning app. It's great to spend a relaxed coffee moment with you and share some real news in simple English. Today I've picked 5 interesting stories from the world of movies, the economy, and new tech. I'll summarize each one, add a little Israeli flavor, and explain a few useful words and context. Let's jump right in. 1. From junior animator to Hollywood top first up, we have the story of Lyron Topaz. He began his career as a junior animator, drawing small figures frame by frame. Over the years, he climbed all the way to the top of DreamWorks Studios, one of Hollywood's biggest animation companies. Now he has a new film ready for its premiere at the Tribeca Film Festival. Along the way, he faced 2 big challenges: the rise of AI, which changed the animation process, and a frustrating ban on some Israeli creators in the industry. He also says an early trauma, when someone stole his film reels, helped shape his drive to succeed. Warm commentary. I really love this kind of success story. In Israel, we all know someone who served in the army, started as a private, and worked hard to become an officer. Lyron's path reminds me of that. It shows that even if you start small, like when you're stuck in Tel Aviv traffic or you can't find your favorite shawarma shop, you can still reach big goals if you keep going. Vocabulary and context. The word ban means an official rule that stops something. In Hebrew, ban is izver. The word animator is someone who creates drawings that move. In Hebrew, animator is animator. 2. Christopher Nolan's next film will be shorter. Our second story is about director Christopher Nolan. You know Nolan from his hit film about the physicist Oppenheimer, which ran for over 3 hours. That movie won Oscars and got a lot of praise, but some viewers said it was a bit too long. Now Nolan promises that his next project, called Odyssey, will be noticeably shorter. He says he trimmed the story so that it feels tighter, more focused, and won't test your patience if you're stuck on a crowded bus or late to a movie night with friends. Warm commentary. I always admire filmmakers who listen to their audience. It's like when you go with friends to a Tel Aviv cinema, only to realize the film is almost midnight by the time you finish. A shorter film can fit better into our busy lives. And hey, after a long day at work or in the IDF, we could all use a movie that ends before we check the time for the 5th time. Vocabulary and context. The word epic means a long and grand story, often with big events. In Hebrew, epic is APVs. 3. The zombie syndrome in Israel's economy. Next, let's talk about what some experts call the zombie syndrome in our economy. On paper, Israel seems strong, low unemployment and steady growth. However, in real life, at our local cafes and living rooms, you find a different picture. Some startups are moving to Cyprus for lower taxes. There's a rise in alcohol consumption at home, and more young people are choosing European universities instead of Israeli ones. This silent shift has been going on for years, but the statistics don't always show it. Warm commentary. I've heard my friends say they'd love to study abroad, just to enjoy lower tuition fees and wider horizons. It's like inviting guests to your home. You notice when the plates are empty or the Wi-Fi is slow, even if your internet provider says the network is fine. The people on the street often feel things before the official numbers catch up. Vocabulary and context. The word syndrome means a set of connected problems or symptoms. In Hebrew, syndrome is TMVNT. 4. Why milk prices jump before Shavuot. Our 4th story is a classic tale of market psychology. Every year before Shavuot, a holiday when we eat cheesecake and dairy products, dairy prices quietly go up on many items. It's not always in the official headlines, but stores create a sense of shortage with small stock levels, and then they run flashy special offers. Meanwhile, the real base price stays high. This method has been working for 3 years in a row, and shoppers in grocery lines and neighborhood markets notice it every time. Warm commentary. This trick reminds me of that tunnel kiosk on the way to Jerusalem, where they suddenly mark water bottles as only today, and you feel like you must buy them. In Israel, we love a good deal, but we also know how quickly prices can change, whether it's gas, eggs, or cheese for our Shavuot feast. Vocabulary and context. The word scarcity means a lack of something you want or need. In Hebrew, scarcity is MHSVR. 5. First AI-only credit card transaction in Israel. Finally, some good news for tech fans. MasterCard, together with Bank Hapoalim and Isracard, completed the first online purchase in Israel using only an AI agent. No human on the other end. This happened on Priceless.com using MasterCard Agent Pay, a new payment system that promises strong data security, user control, and transparency. Essentially, the AI handled everything from choosing the item to completing the order, and the customer just watched the transaction happen in real time. Warm commentary. As an English teacher, I can't resist the irony. Now even our coffee orders might one day be handled by a digital barista. You know how sometimes you ask Siri or Alexa to play music? Imagine using your phone to buy a bus ticket or pay for hummus without tapping a single button. It's both exciting and a bit surreal, like living in a sci-fi movie. Vocabulary and context. The word transaction means an exchange or deal, often with money. In Hebrew, transaction is SKH. The word privacy means the right to keep your personal information safe. In Hebrew, privacy is pertivt. That's all for our 5 stories today. I hope you found these summaries clear and interesting, and that the new words help you expand your English in a practical way. I really enjoyed helping you learn some English today. If you'd like more lessons, remember the I-Fal app, only 20 shekels per lesson. See you next time, and take care.